Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Rocky and Derrick Show. If you like our interviews, please visit our website, rockyandderrickshow.com, and visit our photo and video galleries.
I'm Nate, and I'm subbing for Rocky today.
Today, we're at the Cultural Center with
Abigail Dowd.
Who does?
I'm a singer-songwriter.
So, what is it like to be a singer and songwriter?
It's awesome. It's the best. It's the best job because it's the job that I want. When you get to do what you love all the time, it's just the best.
When did you decide to become a singer?
I have been singing since I was 3 years old, and I always wanted to be a singer, but I'm 37 now, and I quit my job when I was about 34 or 35. So just about 3 years ago, I decided I'm going to do this full time. This is going to be my job.
Did anyone in specific bring you into singing, or was it just you?
I guess I should give my mom credit because she's a singer too, and she plays guitar. And when she was pregnant with me, she used to play the guitar, and I think it was that vibration. You know, I grew up hearing music, like even when I was in the womb, and then I came out singing, and then I learned how to play by playing my great-grandfather's guitar. There's just been music in my whole family, so I have to give them credit. Yeah, good question.
Who is your favorite singer?
Oh, that's a tough one. Let's see, who comes to mind first? I like a singer named Janice Ian. She's from back in the 70s. She was the first singer that I had an album. I bought the vinyl record, you know, and then I found out that that was the first record my dad ever bought when he was in college. So Janice Ian, she's probably my favorite. I like the way she plays guitar. She's an amazing guitar player, and she has these really deep song lyrics that are kind of moody, kind of depressing. I like them.
What genre of music do you play?
I think I'd call it folk rock. When I play by myself, it's probably more folk. And then my fiance, he plays with me. He plays the bass and percussion, and he does this thing with his feet, and he plays the tambourine with his feet, and he plays the bass, and he's the rock. So I'm the folk, and he's the rock.
When did you learn to play the guitar?
I started playing when I was 14, and I would piddle around and then ask my mom questions. And then when I was about 22, I started studying the classical guitar. So I started taking lessons, because that was as far as I could get on my own.
How would you describe your music?
Oh, that's the hardest question. How would I describe it? It used to be a little melancholy and moody and slow and finger picking, and now it's a little more rockin'. You asked me who my favorite singer was, and Janis Joplin is another of my favorites, and she just feels it in her soul. That's how my music is. It just feel it, you know. You just whatever comes out. If it's sad, if it's moody, whatever, you just gotta feel it. And sometimes I feel it. Sometimes it comes out country, and sometimes it comes out rockin', and sometimes it comes out blues, and sometimes we gotta sing some gospel in there. Yeah.
What is your favorite song to sing?
Lately, I've been singing this song, "You've Got It" by Roy Orbison. That's been my favorite to sing lately. You have to check that song out. Do you know that song? You Got It? I'm gonna have to look that one up.
What is your favorite song that you've wrote?
I have a new song called "Old White House," and I think that's my favorite these days. I love to play that song because it's got really cool finger picking that's fun to play, and it's about a story that happened when I was really little, and it's just a really good song to sing. I like singing it. Yeah.
How long does it take to write a song?
It depends. Sometimes I sit down and I start playing around on the guitar, and then I just kind of start, like singing it out, just singing melodies, and then the words just come, and then the song is done. It kind of writes itself. And then sometimes I sit down, and it might take me like 2 or 3 weeks to come up with the guitar part, and then I put it to the side, and then I'll record it and listen to it, and I take walks around the neighborhood. and I listen to it, and I come up with lines, and what could the words be here, and it might take like 6 months to write a song, so it just depends.
When you record a song, is it at home or is it at a studio or wherever?
So when I'm first figuring out a song, I use my voice notes on my phone. You know, the little voice thing on the Apple phone. I've turned that on, and I have like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours worth of just recording this little song. And then once I get that down, I record it myself on my computer. And I have a little setup that I do just to get the song down. And then when I'm ready to make the whole album, then I go into a recording studio, and I work at a studio in Winston-Salem. And I send all those recordings to the sound engineer, and we sit down and go through the songs and record them like that.
How many songs have you wrote?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a good question. I bet I've written maybe 35 songs, 35, 40 songs. That's just a guess, but that's probably pretty close. Maybe 30 that I really like.
What's your favorite song that you and your fiance have sang together?
Well, he doesn't actually sing. I don't let him have a microphone because he might sing. I think he could probably sing pretty well. Maybe I should give him a chance. But let's see, what song do we really like playing together? We have so much fun playing songs. I'm trying to think of one that has a really good bass line. We play Horse with No Name. You would probably know it if you heard it. And he kind of rocks that one out on the bass. What else is fun to play? I'm gonna have to keep thinking about it.
Do you ever perform?
I do. I played about 130 shows last year. And we sort of have a 3-hour radius around Greensboro. So we'll go to the coast and we'll go to the mountains. And we played in LeBauer Park yesterday for the Greensboro Strong for the tornado relief. That was a lot of fun. And we play all over Greensboro. So yeah, it's so fun to perform. You know, you spend all this time in your room all by yourself writing these songs and picking on the guitar, and it almost gets lonely sometimes because I'm at home by myself. Everybody else is out at their jobs, and then you get to go out and perform the songs, and that is so fun. That's my favorite part.
Do you play any other instruments besides the guitar?
I don't. I might need to learn the piano, maybe one day. I played the clarinet when I was in the 6th grade, but I don't think it counts anymore because I don't think I could play it.
Have you ever sold one of your songs?
You know, I have not. I have written a song for a play that was in a film, but I didn't sell my song for that. And I recently wrote a song for an upcoming animation film, so we're still working out the details. But that's on my list of things to do.
What movie was it that you wrote the song for?
It was called what was it called? The Silent Pines, or The Siren of the Round Timber Track. It's about the longleaf pine forest. And we don't have a lot of longleaf pines here in Greensboro, but if you drive like towards the beach, a little closer to the coast, there's all these longleaf pine trees. And we just got it last weekend, designated the first old growth forest in North Carolina, and we have the oldest pine trees in the whole world there. And so it was a film about the pine trees and how they were saved back in the 1800s, and I got to write a song about saving the pine trees. It was pretty cool.
How big do you want to be? Like, do you want to be like, who's a good singer? Who's a really popular singer? Do you want to be like Chris Brown, or do you want to be like a more local singer?
You know, I figure I'm just going to be as big as God wants me to be. If God wants me to sing right here in Greensboro, that's what I'm going to do. If he's got some bigger message that needs to get out there through my voice, then that's where we're going. So I don't know. I'm just trusting. Yeah, but it sure is fun to sing in Greensboro.
Do you play in any festivals or in and out of North Carolina?
Yeah, I have played in some festivals, and I'm playing in one tomorrow in a town called Norman, and it is a tiny little town. I think the population is like 100 people, but they have this big festival, and they usually get about 1,000 or 3,000 people there, so that'll be fun. And I'm trying to think of the other festivals I've played right off the top of my head. I played down for the Pine Trees last weekend for Party in the Pines. And I'd like to do more festivals. Festivals would be fun.
What is the biggest audience you've played in front of?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably around 500 people. I played for a big event down in Southern Pines once. There were probably about 500 people there. It was fun. We rocked it out. We even got a drummer to come jam with us so that we could sound big enough for 500 people.
Did you ever have stage fright when you first started performing?
You know, I don't usually get stage fright because I've been playing since I was so little. And I like to get my feet solid on the ground before I play, and I just feel the earth. I did this yesterday when we played in the Bower Park, and I just feel it, and I ground myself and get all my energy, and then I go out there and I just give what I gotta give, and I just breathe. And I usually look above the crowd so that I don't start thinking too much about my words or messing up or what this person's doing, or maybe they're not paying attention. And I just look out over the crowd a little bit and I just sing. So that's how I keep myself from getting stage fright. But every once in a while you get a little nervous. You know, you mess up or some cool person walks in the room. There are other musicians, and if that other musician walks in, you start getting a little nervous because you know that you want to be as good as they are and you don't want them to think, what's that girl doing up there? So it happens every once in a while.
How can people get in contact with you?
I have a website, so abigaildowd.com is a good way to find me. And then I'm on Instagram, and it's abigail.dowd. That's my Instagram handle. I think that's what you call it. Is that what you call it, a handle? Yeah. Okay. And then Facebook, Abigail Dowd Musician is that a Facebook handle? You call that a handle too? All my handles are different. I didn't do it right. But, so Facebook and Instagram and on my website. Those are probably the two best ways.
What advice would you give to kids?
Find the thing that is really fun and that feels really right, and remember what that is. Like, feel it and have fun. Whatever it is, if you like to build model cars, or you like to sing, or you want to go to the moon, or like whatever those dreams are that you want when you're little and young and growing up, don't let go of those. Even if that doesn't end up being your job, when you get older, tapping back into all those things that you loved as a kid, there's some real magic there, and hang on to it. That'd be my advice.
Well, that's it for today, guys. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you want to become a sponsor, please visit our website, rockindirector.com. Bye.